Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to our Wednesday evening product training. My name is Margie Aliprandi, and oh my gosh, please drop some love in the comments if you've been using the Nueva Body, the Nueva Nitro, and getting some pretty impressive results. And because we're in the group together, we get to hear other people's stories. This is absolutely amazing. I'm excited for what we've got lined up for you tonight. I've got two amazing guests that have experienced some great results that are going to be sharing that with you a little bit later on. And I just want to say that in my 36 years in health and wellness, I'm pretty sure that I've not worked with products so profoundly broad spectrum. You know, in the role that I play here as a founder and with the products and all that, I hear the brilliant, the amazing, the good, the bad, the ugly. I hear it all. And seriously, guys, never in all of my 36 years have I been moved practically to tears at some of the results that I'm hearing people experience in some cases right out of the gate. So when you combine Nueva Body, tonight's all about Nueva Body, but when you combine Nueva Body with Nueva Nitro, you are supercharging your results in a really compelling and profound way. Sean, would you bring up the first slide, please? So as you know, we are Nueva, backed by science and built for lifestyle. Next slide. So when you take Nueva Body, interestingly, when we first started looking into these miracle molecules that we were going to stack together, the 5-amino-1-MQ and the sloop, we called this product bikini in a bottle because we were so blown away by the fact that it literally will simulate as though your body is exercising even when it isn't. And as we dug deeper and saw what this product will do to support mitochondrial health, we knew that we had something really, really game changing in our hands. So, what I want to let you know is that your body is working on the inside, even if the scale isn't showing a difference, even if the scale is not moving. Because let's kind of do a quick review about what's happening. So, first of all, this amazing miracle molecule stack is is supporting your metabolism, literally enabling your body to relate differently to fat cells. In other words, relating to them more in the brown fat kind of way so that they burn more readily, burn fat as fuel more readily. We're also supporting, notice in compliant words, we say the word supports, right? We support cellular energy. Remember how we've talked about the mitochondria and how the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, of every cell, producing ATP, which is real energy in the body. So we're supporting cellular energy. We're helping the body to maintain a healthy inflammatory response. And we're working with insulin sensitivity, which is becoming increasingly important in our fast food lifestyle world. It more and more people are finding that they're insulin resistant and diabetes follows. And as we age, they're calling Alzheimer's, dementia, diabetes type 3. And so having insulin sensitivity, the body being supported towards insulin sensitivity is really, really important. And I just want to say that this transformation takes time. It's not an overnight thing. So do not judge your results. Don't compare them to somebody else. I have never, with all the stories that I've heard, I've never been more convinced that this product is going to work with each individual in a very unique and profound way. And so you might not be seeing some of the externals, right? We call it bikini in a bottle. You might not be seeing the immediate externals, but trust me that your body is infinitely wise. It knows exactly what to do with these miracle molecules, and something excellent is happening in your body. Next slide, please. So what really is going on physically? As I mentioned, you're resetting your metabolism. You'll have improved fat burning via mitochondrial function. Also, you're releasing inflammation, creating a more healthy inflammatory response within the body. And so water weight, it's just, this is so case by case basis. Water in your body may drop off. And in other cases, your body may hold on to water, right? If you're somebody that's taking the body and you're really super stressed, your cortisol levels are high. When cortisol is high in the body, even though this is working to support healthy hormonal balance in the body, then your body is naturally going to hang on to a little more water and a little more salt just in case. So while you are releasing inflammation and water weight, in some cases, you might be holding on to some, just 100% dependent on your unique situation, your body, and how it is responding to these miracle molecules. And then, of course, the hormonal balancing support with healthy GLP-1 levels, which will help with appetite and glucose control. I have to say that in my first day, I dropped 2 pounds, and I was visiting the ladies' room a lot. And I asked Chat GPT, 2 pounds in one day. And then the following day, I lost a pound. Since then, I've kind of plateaued. Some days I feel a little bloated. Some days my belly is perfectly flat. I'm not concerned about the moment to moment externals, because I know a powerful thing is happening inside. So I just want to read you, like, I got this, great thing from ChatGPT, but what it said about the water weight and that initial result of racing to the restroom, like, oh my gosh, this is a lot. It said, in short, you didn't just lose water, you started a physiological cascade toward greater metabolic clarity. And yes, I mentioned that I'm already pretty lean. So 2 pounds in one day and 1 pound the next day is kind of fun. For someone who is already lean, that 2 pounds on day one is a powerful sign that your body is responsive, intelligent, and ready to optimize. Like, that gives me chills. I want you to say that to yourself. No matter what your current results are, you got to go the distance. There's a reason that this is 2 months on. We cycle 2 months on. You've got to go the distance. And I want you to say that repeat it to yourself. My body is responsive, intelligent, and ready to optimize. So next slide. Some of the other internal benefits, we talked in some of the other trainings about autophagy and how there is a deep support in cellular cleansing, enhanced cellular turnover, which sets the stage for future fat loss and even greater vitality. You guys, we just need to be patient and trust the process. With all of this in play, none of this happens overnight. You're rebuilding resilience. This, especially the Nueva body, is reconditioning systems that have been affected by stress, by unhealthy eating, by high sugar intake, eating high glycemic index carbs, by a body that may have an unhealthy inflammatory response in the present time, and by dieting even. So your results may not show up on the outside yet, but powerful things are happening within. Next slide. So essentially, this is the way to look at your first 60 days, right? And why it matters to go the distance. Weeks 1 through 4, You're getting an internal reset. Now, yes, some people are having amazing external results, but please don't compare your journey to anyone else's. You are working with your body. I had a conversation with one of my teammates and friends last night. Um, she has got a fair few health situations that she deals with. She has Hashimoto's, she has thyroid issues and is on medication. She has extreme adrenal fatigue. She has super high stress, high cortisol. And she found that she was so tired, right? Everyone else is talking about how much energy they have and clarity and mental focus. But in her body, she was tired, deep fatigue by mid-afternoon. I noticed a couple times like that I yawned in the middle of the afternoon. I'm like, that's weird because I feel so much energy. It's so unique in how this product is working with each body. So anyway, she was, just a little thrown off by the fatigue and also that she had a voracious appetite. Me, on the other hand, I look at the clock and it's 6 p.m. and I'm like, I haven't eaten. This has really changed it's, like I feel more satiated like all the time. But she was feeling compelled to eat a lot. And then with these other conditions, we came to the conclusion that perhaps things were happening so quickly in her body that all her body really was telling her is rest, sleep, while this work is occurring. And so she's taking a tiny pause, then she's going to come back in, take one every other day or take a half a day to ease into the results. But I share this with you because staying the course is so very important. Get your breakthrough. So, like I mentioned, I have got a couple of guests with me, and I'm so excited for you to meet, for starters, Sarah Withrow, if you want to bring her in, Sean. This woman has had some pretty impressive results and couldn't, happen to a better, more deserving person. I'm going to actually let her tell you her story, but wow, this woman has her hands full, and Nueva body is making a really huge difference. So welcome, Sarah. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Margie.
Why
So,
don't you start, darling, by giving us your background. Just tell us a little bit about what you do and who you are, if you would, please.
yes, ma'am. So I'm retired Air Force after 20 years, 10 months, and I wanted to retire so I could stay home with my boys. I have 5 boys that range from 5 to 12, so definitely stay busy. Been married for going on 15 years, and yeah, living the life in Florida.
Wow. You need nitro, baby.
I don't live without nitro now.
I know, I know. When I see myself getting low on it, because I love sampling it out, right? So I'm starting to get more stingy with my samples. Anyway, so let me ask you what caught your attention about Nueva? What kind of lit you up and made you say, yes, I want to try it?
So Sandy Humple, her posts are always like just draw you in, and she was posting about it and just I needed more info. I'm like, can you tell me more? And so she started sharing, and I got onto the social retail page and I saw how the products were clean and science backed, and that just lit me right up at that point. And then you just get that gut feeling, and I got that gut feeling that this is what I needed and this is what I was drawn to, and if I didn't join and jump in, that I was going to regret every bit of it. So I decided to join.
I think you made a good decision.
I think so
And can
too.
you please bring up Sarah's results? Guys, these are 2 week results. And I'm going to let you tell the story, some of the things you did. But let's take a look at Sarah's results. There we go.
so I
Wow, right? Jump on in.
so I try to eat fairly healthy, but again, with 5 boys, there's lots of snacks in the house, and summertime especially is hard. So I did have some snacks during this 2 week period. I didn't cut myself off of that. But the food noise is gone. Like you said, like trying to eat every day, I don't get all those snacky cravings like I did before. And even when I do, if I take a bite of something, I'm like, ugh, this isn't really worth the calories. Like, this isn't even tasting good right now. So, but I walk every day. I get at least 10,000 steps in a day. Or I'll use like the under the desk elliptical. I can't do a lot of lifting right now because I just had steroid spinal injections for my back. So I was actually worried about my results because of being on the steroid. That bloated me up, and you just don't know what's going to happen after that. And I was blown away, to say the least. I was blown away. I don't like looking at a scale because I know over the years it's the devil and it goes up and down and it could be just completely deflating. But I did take my measurements and I lost almost 10 inches in the 2 weeks and 5.6 pounds.
Wow, wow. What amazing results you've had. I want to just chime in and say a couple of things. Number one, notice that she saw it on social media. If that doesn't prompt you to get out there and find other people that you can help get these kinds of results, I don't know what would, right? So that's number one. Number two is these products are recalibrating your body. Take advantage of the support you're getting from the products to make the lifestyle changes that will help you naturally sustain the results. And who knows what heights you go to when you are eating more healthy. I mean, we know the five lifestyle very simple to do. I think, Sarah, you said it's easier for you to um not have snacks in the winter than in the summer, right?
Yes, yes. The summer's hard for me. There's like all the fruits and ice cream and all the things that my boys want, and they're home every day, so then they're eating all the things. And so, at least in the winter, they're at school, and I don't have all those temptations. But it has made it so much easier. My mood is so much calmer with them as well. Like, I just feel that my anxiety is lower, and that I'm just in that calming mode and less reactive and more proactive, and it's creating a better relationship with my husband, my kids, everything. And then just having sustained energy all day. Like, I've had all the things and I would just crash, especially around 1, 2 o'clock, be completely done. And now I'm like going, going, going. I'm making it longer than my kids now. It's amazing.
That is your five boys. How about your sleep? Has your sleep been impacted?
So honestly, I am an amazing sleeper. But before, when I woke up, I would hit the snooze like 10 times. Now I don't even snooze. I'm up, I feel rested, and like I'm ready to go. And first thing I reach for is that nitro because I'm like, let's start this day.
Same. I had mine like at 5:30 a.m. this morning, right?
Yes,
Um,
me too. I'm like, yes, come on, mom, we're going for a walk.
so people that have the Aura ring or some other kind of mechanism that helps them, that really breaks down their sleep and analyzes their sleep, what I'm hearing and what I'm noticing myself is that I'm getting more REM sleep, more of that deep sleep. Even if I sleep less time, I'm getting that really reparative sleep. So, anyway, it's amazing. I love the non-scale victories, right? Just
Yes,
feeling energy and the clarity and the focus and all the things. Feel like you're being a better mom, right? It's amazing.
yes. And that's amazing. And, for me, I have my mom here right now, and I've had her taking it for the 2 weeks. And just hearing her improvements and how good she's feeling, like that means the world even more to me. Like, she's like, my clothes are fitting better. I'm not being pinched. She's on medications that she struggles getting insurance to approve for her. And some of them they want to pay, or her to pay $700 for 3 months supply. She hasn't taken those meds in 2 weeks. while she's on the body. And so it's just like incredible to me that she's not going through that, because she couldn't miss a day before. And now she went 2 weeks without it and feels amazing.
What we have in our hands. I know on our first team huddle, after everyone just barely got their products, maybe some of them were only a couple few days in, and I just kept crying hearing the stories, right? Like it just feels so good to have something that can make such a huge difference. So I so appreciate your comments. I want to ask you one last question,
Yes,
Sarah,
ma'am.
before we let you go. What would you say to someone who's watching and wondering, ooh, well, they're kind of new, it's emerging science, or they said, like, what would you say to someone who's weighing whether or not to give this a try?
I would say they need to jump on it. I mean, I've tried so many supplements over the years. I mean, a naturopath gave me hundreds of dollars of supplements that I felt nothing from. And I was on them for months. And I'm like, you just see cha-ching, cha-ching going down the drain with nothing happening. And within 2 weeks, not even 2 weeks, like I felt the results. I was feeling incredible. And it's just something that you can't even describe. Like, it's amazing. And I wish I would have had this at the beginning of the summer, because I'm like, man, I would have been getting through all the things in my house because I have so much more energy and just that enjoyment for life. And so if people are waiting and watching, like they just need to get on it. And I mean, what do you have to lose? There's even a money back guarantee. Like, it's the company's amazing. Everything has been so supportive and just encouraging, and everybody wants to see you win. So there's really no chance of losing.
I have to add to that beautiful summary that you just gave, that really we wear so many hats in life, in the world, right? And sometimes we put our own health at the very last and we don't invest in our health. I've been in this space long enough to know, like 36 years, that people say, oh, I can't afford it. It's too expensive, whatever, about a product. And then maybe they find themselves in a situation like your mom, where she's got medications that have potentially horrific side effects.
Yes,
And they're spending upwards of 1,000 or more per month. So um, I want to encourage anybody who's listening and who hasn't tried this yet also to jump on it, just like Sarah said.
yes. You're one day too late already. Just keep it going.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you so much. So before I bring my next guest on, I want to bring up a video of Matthew Sabachko. Let's see if we can bring that up, Sean. You got it for us? January 2024, January 2024, July 2025. Trust the process. Trust the process. This has some really great music if you actually go to his page. Look at that. Ripped, shredded. Wow. That's fantastic. Okay. Will you please help me welcome Matthew Zavatko? Thank you, Matt.
Hi, Margie. Thank you. Great
Wow.
to be here.
Pretty impressive. Looks like
Thank you.
working out for a minute or two.
A little bit.
So let me just kind of ask you some of the same questions. First of all, give us your background. What do you do in your workaday world, and how did you first kind of get lit up? What grabbed you about Nueva?
So, first of all, I'm a thankful son for the parents that I have, for the sister that I have. My wife's sitting to the right of me. It's our 20th anniversary, so I'm a blessed husband and father. Our son's on vacation with his friend. But I'm a 30-year blue-collar worker. I try to label myself as a no-name from a no-name town. And I'm just always looking for the best products to go ahead and try and to use and to take me to the next step in my process of working out.
Fantastic. And how did you even find out about Nueva? I think you were following Michelle Barnes, right?
Well, yeah, to go back a little bit. So I was creating a page And then I seen, as you follow other people like, inspirational people like Mel Robbins, Eric Thomas, and people like that, and other people start showing up, and I seen Michelle's name came up, and it said success coach, and I'm thinking, okay, well, if I'm going to start a platform, she's a success coach. Let's see what, how it goes. So you try to take bits and pieces from everybody, and then I seen where the Nueva came up, and then it was a startup company, and it had to do with wellness, so from that point on, I just kept following, and enrolling was for free. It was free pre-enrollment. And the fact that it's a network marketing company, where I live on the East Coast, most network marketing companies are already 5 years in, 6 years in. And I never had an opportunity on the ground level. So then we started, I knew it was on the ground level, and then the founders pack came up, and everybody, the raving about watching the social retail, what Nueva Body was going to bring, what Nitro was going to bring. And I'm like, well, I'm just going to go all in. I got to see what works. I got to see what it is and go from there. So
tell us about your results. When did you start taking it? What have you noticed? How is it different from anything you've ever done before? And let's also make sure that everybody knows you don't juice, right?
No, I not. No. And try to make this quick, but the guys at the gym, they were like, did I ever think about it? And I said, no, that's not my cup of tea. I mean, I don't begrudge anybody that does. They're out there. You can use them. I don't begrudge anybody that does it at all. You know what I mean? They're there. But it just wasn't my cup of tea. But there is a benefit of having your testosterone level where it needs to be as far as diseases and things of that nature. But long story short, so I got it on Wednesday. So I was all excited. I did my live unboxing. So I took it Thursday. And then I took the body in the morning. And then I take the Nitro when I went to the gym. And I'm like, I felt pretty good. I'm like, I had a leg day. So I started on a leg day with the Nitro, and I actually went up, I think, 30 pounds in my squats the first night with the Nitro, because I take some pre-workout. So that was added to it. And I know how blood flow works. Being in the gym for 30 years, I understand all that. And I was just blown away. And then Friday, which was 2 days in, was an arm workout. So I'm in there doing arms, and I just keep looking in the mirror, and I'm like, something's going on. I don't have the acronyms behind my name. I'm not that type of person that everybody should believe, but I know what I put in my body. I already eat a very lean diet. And the pump that I was getting, I actually went to my phone in the VIP chat, and I'm like, okay, what's in this? I feel like I'm on TRT. I don't know what's going on here. Like, I've never, and here's the part with it. I didn't have the jitters. So, I've gotten pumps before, but high caffeine, high pre-workouts. Some pre-workouts a lot of people can't take. Don't get me wrong, they do blood flow, but I came home, I told my wife, I said, I feel like I'm on TRT. And she's like, what's up with your arms? I said, I don't know. I said, but I'm just going to roll with it. But the best part about it, if I can add it here. So in the group chat, people were wondering about fasting and stuff like that. And this is the most amazing part that I feel about Nueva Body is that Saturday morning, in the group chat, I said, I took it at 7:30. I fasted for almost 3.5 hours or 4 hours. I had no stomach discomfort. I did not feel hungry. And I know, and I think we've talked before, Margie, that, I've taken multivitamins in the past on an empty stomach, and I've just been wrecked for an hour because you got to hurry up and eat and absorb that. So that's what amazes me. It's the fact that even with the Nitro, for the people that are starting, there's no jitter, there's no discomfort. And I didn't experience anything that anybody else would experience that's never tried anything, if that makes sense, if that comes across okay. So that's
and so you're leaner and more ripped through your abs. Like, I can totally see the sculpting. Do you attribute some of that lean muscle mass through your belly to the Nueva Body?
Oh God, absolutely. Like I said, to back up, that's what I mean. I was just like, I was looking in the mirror, and I'm like, this is like I was already lean, and I'm thinking, what? I'm like, what's going on? And then the following week came up, and I did drop a little bit. I dropped a couple pounds. Like I try to stay within 5 pounds. I know where I feel the best at. So I did go back down to 188. I'm like, that's okay. And then I started, the scale went back up, and I'm thinking, well, the logic is if I can lift more and put on more muscle, and I feel like I wake up leaner, but the scale went up a pound or two. So I'm thinking, okay. And then in the third week, right now I'm hovering about 192, 193, and I feel leaner than I did. I can't explain it. I mean, if people want to see my page, because just being in the gym, and like I said, I don't have the acronyms, but one of the things I've always said on my pages is I'll do the trial so you don't make the error. And that's some of the things that I put out there on my page. And, I think anybody can do this. I mean, there's no discomfort whatsoever. There's no jitters. There's nothing like that at all.
This just means a lot, because one of the things that I want to kind of close out with is, when you put these miracle molecules, this sloop and the 5-amino, when you put those in your body, you're creating a high performance vehicle. So treat your body accordingly. I want to just ask you what final words you might want to say to someone who's kind of teetering, or just like your sort of assessment of it all.
I think just like Sarah touched on, I think they're one day too late. There's no reason not to. And I know, we're not supposed to mention a lot of things, but there's people paying thousands of dollars for things that aren't healthy. And I don't want to see that. And, the biggest thing with me is, and I appreciate the fact that a lot of women doctors are coming out and saying it now, that muscle is the key to longevity. And there's a certain way to lose weight, and there's a certain way not to lose weight. And you can't drop 10 pounds with not eating food and expect you're going to keep muscle on. And it's not healthy. It's just not. And the other thing, if I could touch real quick, I eat the same diet. It doesn't, for me, this is my experience, it doesn't curve my cravings. Like I still eat what I want. I don't feel full. And we know what I'm talking about, where you feel full with some of the things that are out there. And it's just, I still want to talk to the doctor from 10X, because whatever's in this is, it's unbelievable. It is. I can't explain it. So
I know that's how people felt about the nitro when they first started taking it. It's like, it's like energy, but it's not stimulatory. Is it so? Yeah, super impressed. You told me when we were talking yesterday that the fact that something like this is available OTC, over the counter, at a price that you can't touch anywhere else, the fact that the average person can get their hands on this and make these kinds of changing is just unbelievable. So I really appreciate hearing that from you, and we're so excited to see where you go with this. And I want to thank Sarah also. You guys just thank you for sharing your experience with us. And guys, bottom line, these stories now become your stories to share, right? When you read of someone's success story, whatever it is, in the social retail, the new wave, it becomes your story to tell. But you know what the really important part is? You're building your own story right now. This is your journey. Take full advantage, go the distance, make the decision. Your body is recalibrating. Don't let up if you're not seeing the immediate thing that you had in your mind. I know it can be disappointing if you came in expecting a certain result, but other things, very powerful things, are happening, and the results will follow. This is your story, your journey. Don't compare it to anybody else's, but use these stories as inspiration and share them when you're talking to people. And once again, leverage this amazing product while you do have the support to make the healthy lifestyle changes, right? Drink more water, avoid the white stuff, get rid of those high glycemic index carbs, cut out fried foods for a short time, walk, cut out the sugary drinks, all those things, and really see how optimally you can perform with Nueva Body, powered by Nueva Nitro. So with that, you guys, thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Sean, for the tech. Love you guys. Have a great week.